You know that feeling at work where it seems like there's a new app, a new system, a new something every single week? Well, if it feels like tech chaos, you're not alone. But what if I told you that all that disruption could actually be a hidden superpower for your company? In this explainer, we're going to dive into how to actually harness it. It sounds totally backwards, right? We're always told that stability and predictability are the keys to success. But this is the exact question we're tackling today, and it challenges us to look at this constant churn of new tools, not as some big problem we have to solve, but as a real opportunity we can grab. All right, so before we get to the good stuff, the benefits, let's get a handle on just how big this change really is, because it's not just a feeling you have. The data shows that our work lives are being completely reshaped. Let's start by putting a number on this chaos. A recent study from Qualtrics found that a whopping 72% of workers, that's nearly 3 out of every 4 people, have gone through major organizational changes in just the last year. So yeah, if you feel like the ground is constantly shifting under your feet at work, this is exactly why. And what's the main thing driving all this? Well, this chart makes it super clear. Coming in at 42%, the introduction of new technology is the #1 cause. It's beating out even huge shifts like company restructuring or new leadership. You see, technology isn't just part of the change anymore, it pretty much is the change. But, and this is where it gets really interesting, here's the twist. Despite all that disruption, these new tools are actually making the employee experience better. The very same study found that all this tech-driven change is directly linked to a 9-point increase in employee engagement. So it seems like people aren't just putting up with the chaos. In a way, they're actually thriving in it. Okay, but all this excitement for new tools creates a brand new, very modern problem. See, when a company can't keep up with the demand for the latest tech, employees, well, they often take matters into their own hands. And that leads to a hidden risk called shadow AI. And that brings us to this really important term, shadow AI. This is exactly what it sounds like. It's what happens when your team, who are just trying to get a productivity boost, start using AI tools that haven't been approved or given to them by the company. They're basically operating in the shadows of the official IT department. And why are they doing it? The motivation is crystal clear. Just look at these numbers. Employees are finding that these tools help them finish tasks, improve the quality of what they're producing, and just generally boost their overall productivity. And we're not talking about small gains here. These are major improvements that people can feel every single day. And if you're wondering just how big this shadow AI problem is, this slide really puts it all into perspective. Only about a quarter of employees are sticking only to the tools their company gives them. That means the huge majority are going out on their own, using unvetted apps to get their jobs done. And this is why it all matters so much. Using unvetted tools isn't harmless. It swings the door wide open to a whole bunch of serious risks. We're talking data security breaches, losing sensitive company info, compliance nightmares, and even damaging the organization's reputation. Those productivity gains, they come with a hidden and potentially very, very high price tag. So we've got this paradox, right? Tech chaos is boosting engagement, which is great, but it's also creating risky behavior through shadow AI. The good news is there is a path forward, one that lets you get all the benefits while managing the risks. This right here is the core idea. You can't put the tech genie back in the bottle. The pace of change is not going to slow down. So the real goal isn't to try and fight the chaos, it's to embrace it, to build a system that puts your employees' needs first and harnesses their drive for new ideas safely. So how do you actually do that? Well, the source material lays out a really clear 4-step playbook for adopting technology strategically. This is the actionable part, how you can turn all this theory into practice. First off, communicate early and often about new tools. No surprises. Second, provide real, solid training so people feel confident using the tech, not confused. Third, and this is crucial, create a feedback loop. You need to constantly monitor how the tools are actually working and listen to your team. And finally, number 4, integrate the new tools with the systems you already have to create a seamless tech experience, not just a jumbled mess. This whole approach empowers your employees, and it reduces their need to go into the shadows in the first place. So we'll end with this question. Tech chaos is here, and it's here to stay. It's a powerful force that can either fuel incredible engagement or create massive, unseen risks. The only difference is strategy. So which path is your organization on?
Are you harnessing the chaos, or are you being consumed by it?